Rodney, we're trying to get the thermostat to work and it won't go down and hold its point for us. I don't know if you want to share the app and then we can try it with that, but right now I think there's something wrong with it. I've actually gone on and pulled it off and looked at it. It's a model C4-THERM from Control4. I went online and I looked at the user, got the installation manual, but that's all for the HVAC contractor to put in. Then I also went into the user guide. So in the user guide, it's there. There's actually a spot on side of it there that talks about what's in the thing. And right there's a hold button. And that should actually, that center button there with the little pause button basically, that little hold button is not functioning, I don't believe, for what it is. Because it says when you hit that, later on it'll actually, where is it at here? There's the humidity. Yeah, right there. When you're programming and you want to do some schedule holds, so there's some schedules that are inside of this. It's acting kind of wonky for how it is, but it's not quite. I mean, there's actually a broken button on this, but it still works, which is the down arrow, which isn't the problem. But the programming in here, none of this ever comes up, so that the scheduling holds doesn't work. So if you hold that, none of these are an option in there when you do anything. So now I'm going to set this down here from the manual so I can show you what's happening. So if you're inside of this thing, if you make any kind of movement down, I'm just going to set it down to some number here, 65, just to set it down to that. If you leave it on that thing, it'll turn it. The AC just kicked in. It's hard to see it now. It's 65 right now. And right now it just flipped over and you can't see it because it went quiet, but it kicked back over to 72. These are some presets that are inside of the thing. You should be able to toggle through the presets, but they work weird. But when you do the presets, they'll actually default back to. You gonna come on now? Yeah, you're not gonna want to come back onto that. But if you try to go down to anything, I'm just gonna go down to that. It's 65. It won't hold that. I can't hold that. This here doesn't do anything. Program's disabled. I don't even know what that doesn't even show in the and it'll all go right back to that. So it doesn't matter if you go to auto. Right now I'm on cool. I can toggle between the auto and stuff like that. And I've done auto too. It doesn't matter. So if I'm on cool there, it doesn't matter if it's about the circulation or the auto or the off for the fan. So, but it'll come back to that 72. It goes back to that 72 no matter what. No matter what you do. So it'll do that. And then, yeah, nothing. This here will work some of the time, but it'll actually take you into some of the pre-held programs, which is like vacation, sleep, away type stuff, which doesn't help you because a couple of them actually go up to 90 degrees where they're set at. And now you don't even want to do that. That should toggle through. There we go. Now they're going. So there's the sleep, vacation, comfort. Let's say we wanted to do it for sleep and set it to a cooler sleep. I'm just going to go to 65 just for good measure. That the sleep went to that. Hold. I don't want to go to that. I want to go to 65. Just okay. And now it said in the manual, the user manual, it said you need to come over here and hit this button to hold that. Now you can't see it very well because it says 65. And it just turned to 72 again. There's the 72. So you can't get it to take. So let's go back to that sleep mode again, if that's what it's supposed to do. We'll go back down to 65. Tells you you're supposed to hit this button. Oh, no, I don't want that. Supposed to hit that button to accept it. So we'll go down to that sleep hold. And it's not the pause that you want. They wanted you to hit this, which is goofy because then it goes into that mode and starts to flash. and it's at 65 again, and she'll flip right back to 72. Yeah, it's at 72 again. Go to that sleep, see if that sets it again. And this is the button, the down arrow is the one that's busted inside of it. So let's do it at that. 76. No, let's go down to 65 and let's try to do that. If I do it that way, program disabled. What will that do? And it's at 65. And she just went back to 72 again. So it doesn't matter where you set it, whether it be in that a vacation or away or the 3 or 4 settings that are in there that are programmable. But my big thing is I don't care about them. I just would like to set the thermostat to whatever it is through the day, and then that's just what it is. Now, it is on Wi-Fi, so I would think you have the Control4 app somewhere turned on. And it's also a Zigbee device, and I'm familiar with that because I'm a Z-Wave guy myself at home at my several properties that we have. And so, right now it's got Wi-Fi, so you got access to it. So I downloaded the Control4 app last night for this thing, Control, and then the number 4. It's red, but it's as a username and password to log in. So I don't know if you would be willing to share that if you have that, because then we could just come in and run the thing remotely while we're here, and then, or like I say, I think something's goofed up with this thing because it won't actually give you some of the next and the hold and the different events down here for this on this model. Again, it's a C4-THERM. Popped it off and looked at it and stuff like that. So appreciate any help because right now it was too hot for us last night. Thanks.